Hey guys, Drutter here. It's November the 5th, 2013 today, and I'm just going to start this video with a little shot of the outskirts of Vancouver. This is what it looks like in coastal Western Canada in early November. Pretty dreary. It's midday right now. This is as warm and as bright as it gets, so on with the video. Been a few videos since I looked at this silver chart. There's not really a lot to say about it though. This is the 15-minute chart, very choppy. You can go and look at other longer durations, choppy, 5-hourly chart, up and down, choppy, daily. You really got to pull right back and look at a very long-term chart to see any kind of a trend here. There is the trend over the past, 10 years? And we are right here. Of note is that we are exactly at the same price that silver was at in, when was that? February of 2008. So almost 6 years ago the silver price first made it to 21 bucks, and now we're still sitting at 21 bucks. Now here's a chart that actually does obey the laws of supply and demand and is not completely controlled by banks and governments. This is the Bitcoin chart, and you can skip this section of the video if you're not interested. It's not going to be very long. This is the daily chart, and here's that consolidation period at $150, and then once it broke from 150 it just has not looked back other than a quick dip here, and that recovered very quickly, and off we go to the races. We can go and look at a longer term time frame. There on the left is the first move up to 266, and it was very, very brief. As you can see, it lasted less than a couple hours on the chart. It was minutes, in fact, that it went up to 266 and then returned back down below 150 very, very quickly. So it does look as though the chart got up there at some point, but I don't consider that to be a resistance level or anything really significant, because the chart has taken a while to recover from that, and here we hit 66 here at Da Vinci's bottom, but then after that consolidation at 150 it's just pushed straight up since then. And we can go even further back, and you can see that there is some time being spent here. You can see this big thick green candle there, and then a consolidation after that, and then just pushing to new highs from there. So where can this go? As I've said many times on this channel, this chart can go to $1,000 or very much higher than $1,000. It can go into the millions of dollars per Bitcoin. And if you don't understand that, I'm not just pulling numbers out of my ass. I'm not just saying crap. That can happen. It absolutely can happen. Does Bitcoin have any intrinsic value? No, there's no intrinsic value in a Bitcoin. It's digital, completely digital. Is a Bitcoin money? No, Bitcoin's not money. It's never said it was money. No one ever claimed it was money. People who are saying Bitcoin is terrible money don't understand the definition of money. Bitcoin is currency. It replaces dollars and yen and rupees. It doesn't replace gold and silver, which are real money. The chart you're looking at now is eerily similar to the dream chart for all of us who are stacking silver. This probably scares people and probably upsets people because it's what silver's not doing. This move up here reminds us of that move to 50. We had that crash, all that choppy consolidation, we had some lows, and then we've had a recovery, and it can't be stopped, and it's going to keep going. And that's what silver would do if it wasn't so manipulated and if it wasn't controlled by high frequency trading and all that kind of stuff. And the same thing with gold. These commodities are incredibly limited. There's very, very little of them out there. The demand is through the roof this year, we've seen, and yet the price doesn't move, or the price goes down. And just hang in there, guys, because we know that cannot happen forever. And when you look at a free market force like Bitcoin and you see it doing what it's doing, that is what silver should be doing. You know, we aren't on the wrong track. We haven't made bad decisions, in my opinion. It's just, it cannot be allowed to succeed because it makes fiat dollars look bad. You can't have gold going through the roof and encourage people to stay in dollars. It can't happen. And I've seen it in India recently, where they had to put so many controls on gold, you essentially can't own it anymore. It's almost illegal to own it in India and other countries because they have to keep their fiat currency attractive to people. So this is what gold and silver would do, and in my opinion will do at some point when the system is broken down, and there'll just be a massive revaluation. And I'm not going to throw out numbers, but you can see by this chart, and you can see by the tone of my voice and what I'm talking about, that I do believe that silver is going to go to interesting heights. Let's just put it there. It's not fairly valued right now whatsoever. Speaking of demand, let's have a look at the US mints numbers. Yesterday was Monday, and no, I didn't come out with a video yesterday. This is Monday's video, essentially. And the reason I didn't do it yesterday, well, I'll play you the footage I got yesterday. It's Monday the 4th today, and the US Mint updated their website to show 8,500 gold eagles sold so far in this month, just in the first few days. That's already the same amount that they sold in the entire months of August and in September. We did that in the first few days already of November, so I really don't know what happened to these 2 months. As you can see, it has been a lot higher than that all year, and then all of a sudden it was just essentially zero for 2 months. They didn't sell any gold eagles for 2 months. That's really weird. But anyhow, here they have the November figures are updating. Unfortunately, the silver, it did not update for November. I have never seen that happen before. I don't know why that would be the case today, except for the fact that once this updates, no matter what they bother to put in here, it is going to go over the all-time record, which is, I think, 39.8 from 2011. So all we are waiting for is any kind of update, and then there's going to be a big headline, best year for silver bullion sales in history. And they've updated the gold today, and they have been doing regular updates on Mondays, and today's a Monday, but nothing at all for November so far. Check again tomorrow. Okay, so let's have a look at today's right there. 500,000 ounces even, for a total of 39.7 million ounces of silver eagles. 39.8 million ounces of silver eagles is the all-time record set back in 2011. So no, we can't put out the headline 2013 already the best year of all time for silver, unfortunately, because the Mint has once again fudged their data. How do we know that? Well, have there been any weeks in this year, as we've been following along every week since February, have there been any weeks that have been in this range, 500,000? No. Every week has been 1 million or higher. So we know that this number is not correct. Another reason we know it's not correct, usually the totals come to something like, 1,342,500 ounces. This, 500,000. Exactly 0.5 million ounces. Yeah. So they want us to believe that demand has dropped this week, of all weeks, to half of what it had been for every other week of the year. I don't believe that, and we've seen them lie and manipulate their numbers all through the year, so why would they get the benefit of the doubt now? They don't. But that said, we are now at 39.7 million, and we can bring that over to the graph we've been updating all year. And there it is. If you look at the bar on the right hand side, that's 84% now of the year, and it goes up a little bit more, and it even changes color to indicate that we have reached that same level as 2011. Jeez, the special effects on this channel just get better and better, don't they? So there we go. That's the 40 million that we reached in 2011. We are now sitting at approximately 40 million as well for 2013. And what's going to happen now? Well, we're going to add about 1 million per week, or 500,000 if they've been like this week. No, they're going to be 1 million per week, and we're going to end the year at about 45 to possibly 47 million ounces of silver eagles. And that is a heck of a lot more than we ever have had before.
Gambling in the stock market and loaning it out at a profit, of course. Now this...
Anyway, I just wanted to point out that Mike Maloney's video, The Biggest Scam in the History of Mankind, Hidden Secrets of Money 4, is just about to reach 1 million views, and I think that's amazing. So good job on you, Mike Maloney, and your team. Good bunch of guys you got with you. And I hope that that video gets another 1 million more hits right around the corner. Toronto Mayor Ford admits crack cocaine use won't step down. Well, good for him, A, for admitting it. I don't know this guy. I don't know if he's a good mayor or not, but I think people should be judged on the job they do, not the chemicals that they put into their bodies. I mean, it's illegal. Yeah, cocaine's illegal. There's a lot of politicians who are using cocaine and then keeping it illegal. I think it's hypocritical of people to judge this guy. Like I said, I don't know him. I don't care really if he's a good mayor or not. But I think for the people of Toronto, that should be your question. Is he a good mayor? Does he do his job? Not, what kind of behavior does he exhibit in his off time? What chemicals does he put in his body? Well, there's the current U.S. national debt there near the top, $17.13 trillion. That's up about another 80 billion or so since the last time I checked a few days ago. The government's got us trapped. We've had enough of this crap. They took our freedom and our dough and now we're taking it back. Don't gotta take it as fact. Go get the knowledge yourself. They run the education system so college won't help. They're using mind manipulation to acquire their wealth. They're putting fluoride in our water to abolish our health. And the food they're claiming healthy is already altered chemically. The fruits and vegetables are being modified genetically. Homegrown organic food's obviously the remedy, but try and grow a garden and the FDA won't let it be. Do you know your enemy, their plans, and who their posse is? Fast food, tobacco, alcohol industry lobbyists, banks, oil, weapons, and pharmaceutical companies? They're all in this together, 'cause misery's where the money be. The government's up in this, that's the bottom line. You and I are nothing more than dollar signs. They don't care about us. They enslave us when they bury us in debt, and they scare us with imaginary threats. They don't care about us. They control us with the media and news, and they're poisoning our water and our food. They don't care about us. They profit off our sickness and disease while they strip us of our civil liberties. They don't care about us. Me, I'm never hesitant to speak the truth. If you don't believe my words, then you should seek the proof. And the scary thing is that none of this stuff is hidden. But I'll probably end up being punished for what I'm spitting. All we are is subjects and our leader is a king. They say seeing is believing, so I don't believe a thing, 'cause all I see is lies that the corporate media brings. So I'm listening, and in the distance I'm hearing freedom ring. If you could hear those lyrics, and more, read by someone who knows what he's doing, and to some really good music, then check out the link down below. It's Diesel Automatic's new track, They Don't Care About Us. And I'm working on an exciting new project related to that, so stay tuned. Talk to you guys soon.
And the food they claim in healthy is already altered chemically. Fruits and vegetables are being modified genetically.